Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westie here, and I want to come on and talk about sugar cravings. So these are top 3 things that can be impacting your system if you have a lot of sugar cravings. Oftentimes we get stuck in this mental loop of, I keep craving sugar throughout the day, or after I eat a meal, I feel like I need something sweet and I keep eating sugar after that. I eat sugar late at night. Why can't I stop? I just got to make myself stop. There's a point where it's not about willpower. It's not about willpower. It's not about just making yourself stop. There's a reason that your system is having this craving. The body never does anything without a reason, without a purpose, without it trying to protect you or trying to adjust or adapt to something. So you having sugar cravings at night is your system signaling that something else is off. Oftentimes though, we just kind of blame, I just don't have any willpower. I just need to buck up here and just not go in the kitchen at night and then I'll be fine. Nope, the issue started way earlier that day with sugar cravings. Sugar cravings are oftentimes set off by having increased stress, increased cortisol response, having your system be more taxed. This can be physically, this can be mentally, emotionally, anything. Your brain runs off of sugars. So when there's more stress, it causes more of a cortisol response and your brain has to work harder. So your system is going to need more fuel. Your system needs more sugars to help it function. So this is your brain telling you, hey, I need more fuel. I need more gas in the tank for things to function. And oftentimes if you are, up late at night or you wake up in the middle of the night or even just after dinner and you're milling around before you go to bed and all of a sudden it's like you find yourself in your pantry or in your fridge and you've eaten half a box of cookies or half a bag of chips or something. And you're like, gosh, dang it. Why did I do that? But it's almost like it's like you accidentally got in there. You didn't mean to do it. It's like you wake up or suddenly become alert to it. You become alert to it because that was what your brain was missing. It needed that fuel because it was already taxed. It was already spent and it needs fuel. Believe it or not, your brain works all the time, day and night. Different neurons firing, different chemical processes happening. And when you are under stress, it takes a lot more energy to fuel that. So if you're not combating that and giving your system the fuel it needs earlier in the day, you're going to crash and burn at the end of the night. And that's with sugar cravings. Yeah. The other big thing, and I see this so often too, protein. I talk about protein all day, every day. Protein is the number 1 nutrient I find that women are just not getting enough of. You're not getting enough protein. You're not getting it paced throughout the day. You're not spacing it out throughout the day to fuel your system properly. It's hard to get to the end of the day and try and regulate, your system's response then, regulate your appetite or your cravings at night. You have to start earlier in the day. If you can fuel your system with regular proteins throughout the day, all of a sudden you get to the end of the day and you're like, I don't really have any sugar cravings. This is one of the number 1 things that women say that they see improved, their sugar cravings, when we start in the 12-week challenge. It's because of the protein. And sometimes they say, I'm just so full on the protein. Of course I don't want sugars. Well, that might be part of it, right? But the other part of it is that your system in your brain actually has the fuel it needs. It's not just like being full, feeling full. It's paced throughout the day. Your system has a better response so that you can, avoid cravings. So getting enough protein is key. The third thing here that I see all the time with sugar cravings is that bad sleep. This is very much connected with increase in stress because when your cortisol patterns are off throughout the day, impacts your circadian rhythms at night. And again, these are some of the things that we test for in when we do Dutch testing. Dutch testing, it tests your adrenal response. This page specifically has a huge impact on the brain and your sugar cravings and everything. But when we look at your cortisol patterns down here throughout the day, this has a huge impact on your circadian rhythms at night. So if your cortisol patterns are off during the day, your circadian rhythms are not going to be functioning properly at night either. It throws the cadence of everything off, right? It's like, I stayed up too late, so I was too tired in the morning, so I slept in, and then I had energy later, so I stayed up late again, and then I slept in again, right? Like it just kind of rolls over into the next day. That's sort of the pattern that you get in here. Having bad sleep. Now, bad sleep, what does that mean? Not restful sleep. You have a hard time falling asleep. You wake up at night. You can't get back to sleep at night. Or you wake up in the morning. Even if you slept 8 hours, You don't feel like you slept. You're not getting restful sleep. You don't wake up in the morning saying, whew, 8 hours, I feel super refreshed. I feel amazing. No, you wake up thinking, I just got 8 hours and I can barely function. Help me. That's not normal, right? That's not normal. That has to do with stress response, cortisols, and again, circadian rhythms. Those things are all going to bring on sugar cravings. Every time. Every time. So what do? Again, this is not just about willpower. This is not just about, stop craving sugar. Stop doing this or that, right? It is about, hey, get your system the right things throughout the day. Manage your stress levels. Realize if you are having a lot of stress in your life right now, admit it, recognize it. There's so many people that I talk to that are like, well, I know it's a lot of stress, but that's okay. I can handle it. I'm used to it. You mean you've been putting up with it for this long and your body's getting super burned out by it? Used to it. You're becoming desensitized to the massive amount of stress that you're under. Okay. It's still stress and it's still impacting your system. Yeah. So work on that. Get protein throughout the day. Get enough protein. Protein paste throughout the day. Huge difference here. Huge. I mean, like within a few days, it can make a big improvement. And then improving your sleep, focusing on a good sleep routine, getting deep restful sleep. Sometimes people use herbs. Sometimes people use, tea at night. I'm having this type of tea. I'm taking these herbs or other things at night. Now, I might think, well, do I take melatonin? I don't know. It depends. What are your melatonin levels? To help improve your sleep. It all is, things work better when they're customized and specific to you. Yeah, that's just how that works. So these are the top 3 things to work on when you're having sugar cravings. And if you're thinking, gosh, you didn't say an herb to help decrease sugar cravings. I didn't. Are there herbs that do that? Absolutely. And, when I work with women in the 12-week challenge and things like that, or when we work together in a one-on-one level, do I recommend specific herbs that do help target sugar cravings? Absolutely. But only because I know that herb has a chance to work. If you have a ton of stress that you're not managing at all, if you're not eating enough protein and your sleep is crap, I don't care what herb you're getting, it's not going to counterbalance all of these things that are off. Start with these things. And then the little bit that's left over of the sugar craving, an herb will take care of like that. So it feels like, this herb is amazing. It works wonders. Great. But if you have all these issues, it's not going to do squat for you if you're not focused on these things here. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. Let me know if you want me to cover more information on herbs or herbs and hormones, herbs and sleep, herbs and stress. I can do deep dives on that. Just you can comment below. More than happy to, do more content around those things. The videos that I do are based off of questions that I get. So if you have questions, you want me to go through stuff, just let me know. Resources for you. I've talked about the different programs and things I offer. You can find more about that on my website, but otherwise I have my books, The Female Fat Solution. This talks about how to eat for your hormones and your cycle, and I do address stress here, as well as The Female Menopause Solution if you are in perimenopause or menopause. These are both on Amazon, but I do talk about stress in here as well and how that's different for the menopausal body because it impacts this big time. My podcast is called The Female Health Solution, and then my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westie. You can subscribe to stay updated on all the videos I have coming out. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know if you have any other questions or need anything. Otherwise, I will see you later.